So now they've forced everyone to play Vanguard Royale. They've essentially made it so the playlist only allows for quads. This guy's into action right away. Obviously, we're going to be spectating solo Vanguard Royale, which I don't really like the rule set. I like the flexibility to have use of whatever you want. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with the game currently, but at least give people the playlist to have the variety. I know there's some people are like, hey, yeah, I want to be able to play Vanguard Royale and that's it. Cool, more power to you. But I think that they're really just trying to force everyone to play Vanguard, which is kind of terrible, right? Like, you want to play Warzone. The whole beauty of Warzone is that you can use everything across all COD titles. It's like this huge COD multiverse where you can use Cold War guns, Modern Warfare guns, and Vanguard guns. Biggest issue with the Vanguard Royale, you got planes, delayed loadouts, events every zone, which kind of make it hectic and make it feel a little bit wild. And then the vehicles suck besides the plane. So I don't know. That's what we're gonna be talking about today as we spectate this random. Looked like I saw someone there, but they might have missed them. We're still dealing with Krampus. We have these daily events that do random stuff every other day. So I get the overall gist of it, but it feels like a lazy way to kind of build your battle royale. So I think most people kind of have their general weapons that they like to land on. Obviously, you go for a Bren, STG, MP40, PPSH, maybe an NZ for close range. But for the most part, you're kind of just building up and grabbing the weapons that you want that essentially are going to be the same weapons every time you land, because you only get the selection of maybe 3 or 4 good weapons that are at least good builds that you're going to be comfortable with. Obviously, in solos, you can maybe get away with more builds, but it looks like they generally have meta, quote-unquote meta weapons. They're going to use the same ones, and that's really what everyone is trying to do when they land. Sync that with the loadouts. They're like, well, I don't want to be able to land and somebody buy a loadout and they push me, and they're using the same guns every time. Essentially, that's what's happening anyways, but now you're looting for them. This player actually seems pretty solid. You seen how they just whipped, snapped on that dude, decimated them. Better gun skill 1. You got to reload. You're probably checking your mini-map. What will they buy? UAV? Self-revive? No, 2 UAVs. Oh, no.
Some recon out here.
They bought him munitions? All right, cool. Oh, there he is. Must have heard something I didn't hear. Gunfight. First gunfight that we saw looked a little bit better than that one. That was a little sloppy, but they got the job done. The guy did go for a drop shot, which can throw some people off because you lose them under, you know, your optic or your iron sights, and then you kind of have to make that adjustment. By the time you do, that's sometimes enough to get you killed in the gunfight. So they get fully plated, got ammunition, sitting on 4K. Didn't really get much out of the UAV. They didn't really mark anything. There is somebody over here by this tree, and there's somebody over here probably camping this buy station. Looking at the game, obviously they force these playlists and they rotate them all out. Obviously they're trying to gather data and see what people play when they're forced to play Battle Royale quads or Vanguard Royale quads, trios, solos, duos, rebirth trios, rebirth quads, resurgence trios, all these other modes that they're throwing out. And sometimes there's the argument where people say just leave all the modes in there, but then the problem is then a lot of the modes, certain modes would just go unpopulated, right? So they kind of have to force you, but I think in the way they've gone, I think we just need to get rid of this Vanguard Royale mode and then do some kind of hybrid between Battle Royale and Vanguard, so you can still use mostly what you're used to in terms of being able to grab mix and match. I want to mix and match an AK from Cold War and from Modern Warfare. You should be able to do that. Loadouts coming in. All right, you can look up, see how many loadouts. There's 3 loadouts plus yours. So there's a total of 4 people in this area. We know there's one here, one there, one here, potentially converging. So you might be first there, and there's probably one on the other side that potentially could have got there first. So it looks like he's going to hit up the loadout, get the preferred weapons. All have to be Vanguard loadout, and then transition over. One of the benefits I do like about the Vanguard is that they can scrap the heartbeat sensor. But then you got to deal with stuns and flashes. So it's like, I mean, oh, he got him. Bad timing. Probably got a guy got locked out grabbing his loadout. That happens too. This guy did not have that issue. He ended up going with the STG and the MP40 with the stim shot. So maybe they're going to make a slide play. I know a lot of content creators have been really getting hyped about that just because it gives you that increased mobility that allows you to outplay people even beyond the normal. Because a lot of times when you're... What the heck? Did he find another one? He's just throwing it down to restock, I guess. He's going to buy another one probably. So self-revive,
Mark that vendor for you.
UAV. All right, cool. You got everything you needed. But what will happen is a lot of times when you expect somebody, if you shoot at someone, you go, okay, if they're going to rotate around this left side. Well, I have kind of a expectation that's going to take about 10 to 12 seconds or however long. Well, when you get the stim, it might take 6 seconds. So now they're around that corner much faster than you expected, and it'll throw you off. Now he's just going to camp the buy. All right, now he's decided to move again. Whew. He was only there for a couple minutes. There's one guy going to be rotating in. Good ping. Should be right in front of you. This is where you got to kind of slow down ADS. So there is. Live ping. And you should be able to down him. Nice. The guy didn't have self-revive. Easy kill. Patient. Guy has a bag. He's also using the 40 round mag on the MP40. A lot of people have switched over to the 45, I believe. So maybe they're a little bit behind, or they just prefer the slower fire rate. So this one's going to be a little bit of a weird rotate because obviously peaks the high ground. And if it pulls to the right, you could actually stay on the right edge over here and then creep up the coast and then kind of stick to these buildings. This area is kind of like all uphill and downhill. And then there was somebody to the left. So we'll see if he gets into engagement here. UAV might be worth calling in, so you don't get killed by someone that you shouldn't get killed by. Somebody got the precision on this far left of the map. So yeah, I would rotate up into the right over here towards this buy. Maybe hit up a supply drop and then just work up the coast here through these through all these buildings. Since there's plenty of cover. Since odds are that the zone is going to rotate up and into the right. If it pulls to the peak, I mean, obviously there's RNG or luck involved with battle royales as well. It's not all like perfect. You just do it one way and that's it. You still have a method, you know, that you have to be able to accomplish specific tasks. So those are cool contracts to get if you're going to get the, you either want bounties or the big game bounties. Those ones are really good because once you kill the big game bounty, you're going to get rewarded with that advanced, which in this mode is incredibly important to position yourself for late game. So if they just grab this one, they're going to get a huge chunk of money. They would know where one player is. Even if it runs out, cool. At least you know where one player is this meantime, especially if you're not going to be grabbing any other contracts along the way, which it doesn't look like they are. So he's marking that guy. He's kind of a bit away. This guy is rotating potentially over here to this vehicle. We'll see it. Yep, there it goes. He got in the vehicle and he's going to be driving away. So all that utility is pretty much gone. Well, big game bounty wouldn't have pulled that guy. It would have pulled to whoever has the most kills. Resurgence, that doesn't even make sense in solos. They don't playtest their stuff. I promise. It's not playtested. It's like if somebody's alive, you'll spawn back in. Makes no sense. So yeah, you can see which way he's rotating. It did pull the way that I expected. And you can see all these buildings are pretty much in play versus like down here. You can see how the terrain is. So this guy hit up another buy station. You might be able to get a little bit of high ground on him and peek him. He's in the vehicle. He just got out. He's right in front of you. Right in front of you. Center of your screen. And you're not going to down him. He could have downed him if he didn't take so long to do it, but maybe he didn't see him. I don't know. A lot of people in the comments will say, oh, FOV, that's why you saw him. I was like, he's literally dead center in the screen. Unless you have one FOV, you saw him. It literally should be staring at the vehicle. When it turns red, he's in it. When it's not, he's out of it. So right now, he's not currently in it. So you got to be careful. Okay, he's using the stim. He didn't actually utilize it. Got a good nade in there. Nice. The nades are so powerful. That's why I said EOD is really good to use. But obviously, this guy didn't have EOD or whatever. The only thing that's a little bit off to me is the rotation. I don't know where they're going to go next. Because look at how open this area is. You either rotate hard and get in this side and rotate in, or you get on this side and then rotate in. There's still a vehicle in play, so somebody, if they want to be scummy and just go for easy kills, fighter plane it is. Just looting the area that already looks like it's relatively looted. He's picking the areas though, like this smart movement. Like, you a little shimmy in there, you got restock, so there's another chest, he's good to go. They give you so much money. UAV, and he bought another. Like, I might as well use it. There's no one in this area except for the guy high up here They probably all have already rotated up here, so they're not in your minimap, or they have ghosts. With 11 players left, dead silence is definitely better. I mean, the stims could be helpful. Oh, this guy, he's going to catch in rotation. He has to rotate in. Catch him in tack sprint. As soon as he mantles over, doesn't have cover. Smart. He still has to push you. Oh, nice. Got stunned almost. Flash. And then there's still the guy rotating up here. So that guy definitely had ghost. He's not even focused on the guy that we knew was at the edge of the map. On this side right here, had to rotate it in. Is probably near the line. And you could have already had an engagement with. So that guy's still over there. See the zone, you could have rotated this way, and then you could have came in this way, or from here down here. That's and both of those rotations would have been fine. Like I said, I would have preferred to rotate from the right side. So he's tagged up. He's gonna get smoked here, I think. Nope. He was one bullet though. The guy actually utilized his stun. The guy would have won the gunfight, but he didn't.
I ain't dead yet.
Lucky for him. Also, one thing I noticed is the last time I was spectating randoms, the lobbies... Oh, he's going to get sniped. The lobby KD was the lowest like I've ever seen. And oh, there it goes. And I think it's because the holidays. So many people are on the game that would normally be at work, even though the game is broken. He's going to be dead here. Stim might have helped. And he got smoked. Obliterated. Is it like a 2-shot? The guy got 2 headshots. It was 50-50. And that's there it goes. Sniping's hard in this game right now, though. It used to be the easiest thing ever. There it goes. Guy only has 4 kills. But he has the 45-round mag. We got a little tack sprint in the mix. Look at the money, though. You can't hit a buy. It's on the other side of the zone. You hear gunfire far right. Creeping the edge. Peeking it.
Only 5 remain. Finish this once and
Top 5. You can hear most of the engagements happening over there. Someone threw a stun or a flash or something where it went psh, you know? There's the hard rotate. I would rotate this side. There's somebody probably near the buy, so you might hear a UAV, and then there's probably one team by the vehicle. Somebody just died. You don't want to get caught rotating, though. So that's the key. Use the trees as much as you can. Have a little bit of mobility. The long range is more than likely what you're going to see first, but depends on the rotation. You know, it's just like a little bit of luck on how people rotate it in. But if somebody spots you right now, you're kind of screwed because you're going to get a gas mask animation. The gas is going to force you to move. In a minute, you have to be touching the inside of the zone. So he's still going the way I thought. Now that this rotation's happened. But you got to go far left to fight. Oh.
I'm not dead yet.
We knew the fighting was on the right. So he's dead. Easy kill for this guy. Cast drops incoming for what? Okay, so he's creeping in. Now it's a 1v1. Guy has 2 kills. That was his 2nd kill. Bren and Stan. Oh my God. With the golden gas mask and 31,000. The guy's at the vehicle. The gas is going to push you right now. You have a golden, so they're not going to know. Maybe you play hard left and shoot him in the side. He might have got spotted. Nice! GG's! 3 kill win. Appreciate all the support of the content. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.